Hello everyone, this is Gauri Singh from MIT Academy of Engineering. This video is about Identity Access Management IAM service in AWS. First of all, we need to know why do we need the access management and what is IAM, why do we need this. So let's take an example. Suppose in a company in which you have a server and this server has everything in it. It has all the modules and it gives different users the permission to use the different servers. First of all, a company should have administrator which will have all the rights to access the server. So nobody works on the root nowadays. So there has to be an administrator account. First, we'll create an administrator account with all the permissions. Now, suppose a UI developer will only work on graphic tools, so they should only be allowed with the graphic tools access and not they shouldn't access the other tools, maybe the driver access and some folder access, etc. All will be defined in server by administrator. Specific rights will be given to different users. Similarly, business analysts should be allowed to access only analytics module, not allowed to any other developer module and any other modules. This can be done by the policies which are in turn given by the administrator. This is what access management does, giving each role the specific right to different users. We accomplish this today in AWS. Let's go ahead and see how we can accomplish this in AWS. To accomplish this, we need a service called IAM, which uses this concept of access management and allows you to give it to your users who are going to use your account. So let us see what is IAM in AWS. IAM stands for Identity Access Management. It is basically a service from AWS using which you can give permissions to different users who are using the same AWS account that you have created. So in a company, you don't need 2 or 3 or more AWS accounts. You can create only one and a number of people can work on them. Suppose you need some users to work only on EC2 instances. So they can only be able to access EC2 instance. And this can be done using IAM. So IAM is not only about creating users or creating policies. There are many components in IAM. So let's move to different components of IAM. There are basically 4 components in IAM. First is users. In the second one we have groups, and third one is roles, and last one is policies. So very first time when you create a AWS account is actually a root account. There is no users inside it. So why do we need a user? Basically user are someone who need to give permissions, who we need to give permissions using IAM. First of all, we give administrator rights to user, so we will have to have an entity. First, we need to create a user and then we'll give a permission to it. Any person need to access your AWS account has to be added as a user in your IAM account. So let's go to AWS Management Console and show you how you can create a user in IAM. So go to the AWS Management Console. This is the AWS Management Console dashboard. Here I have already signed in. You can see if you don't have the AWS account, you can create one and sign into the AWS. Now in Find Services, type IAM. Now you can see the dashboard of the IAM. You can see I have already created 3 users, but I will create a new user for you. To create a new user, you need to click on users, then click on add user to create a new user. Firstly, enter the username for your user. I have entered Gauri1. Now you have to give access types to your user. Give AWS management console access. And in a password, you have two type of password: auto-generated password and custom password. Give custom password so that you can easily remember what password you have given. Now you can, if you want to reset your password, you can tick the unbox or otherwise skip it and go to next permissions. Now you can add that user to the group. So I have created 3 groups already, as you can see, but I will create a new group for you and add a user to that group. So creation of new group, I am giving a group name as group 3. First click on create group and give the group a name as group 4, or change the filter policies. In filter policies we can give permission and access to the users who are which we are creating. For example, we have many permissions like read only, edit only, delete only. So here we are giving read only permissions to our user. Now we have clicked on read only access and then click on create group. As you can see, now you can see the group 4 is already created. So user we have created as Gauri1 is a part of group 4. Now you can skip that step and click on create user. Now you can see the creation of user is successful, and in the dashboard you can see the Gauri1 we have created is a part of group 4. Now we see the third component, which is giving role to users. So we select Gauri1 user for giving roles. So go to roles for giving role to users, and you can see here so many roles are already created, but I will create a new role for you. Here we'll create a new role. Choose the service for this group. Here we are going to select EC2 service. Click the next permissions. Here we also give the permissions and policy as we have already said before, like read only, delete only. We will select here read only policy. Click on read only access, then go to the next tags. You can skip this step. After this, give the role name, like I have given RAID 4. After this, click on create role. Now you can see RAID 4, a new role is created. Now, so we have seen all the components of IAM. We have created the users and give it the roles and permissions, which is a part of a group we have created. Now we'll go to the next step, that is multi-factor authentication for the user, for which we have created. Now enable the user, as I have enabled Gauri1, for which you want to do multi-factor authentication, and go to security credentials, click on manage. Here, as you can see, already virtual MFA device is selected, and you can continue this. And here you can see there is a barcode. Now barcode appears. So you can scan QR code using Google Authenticator, which is a device available in your Android device. After scanning this QR code, you will get a 6-digit code, MFA1 code. Type this, and after this, you will get MFA code 2. These need to be 2 consecutive codes, and one code will remain only for 15 seconds. After some time, the second one is generated. Put it and click on Assign MFA. So some error has occurred this time. So I have again scanned the QR code and typed the MFA codes and clicked on virtual MFA. So this time it is successful. So after this step, we have completed our 4th task. We have successfully assigned virtual MFA. We have completed our 4th task. So last task is to log in the user which we have created to Amazon console. So you can see we are in the users, Gauri. So copy the ARN shown here and paste it somewhere where you want to log in. Now for login this account, you can just open the Incognito tab and paste that link ARN that we have copied. Now go to the first link. Here you can click on sign in to the console. Now in account ID, just copy the middle part of the link that you have pasted. Click next. Now type the username which you have created and password that you have created at the time of creating user. Now put the MFA code same as user ID, same as you have generated lastly. Submitted. Now we can see we have successfully logged in as a user, which we have created as I am user Gauri. You can see we have logged in. You can see the services here. You can see services as only EC2 is installed. And you can also launch RDS instance for EC2 services if you have given the permissions to the root user. As you remember in step 2, we have given read-only permission to EC2 instance. So here we can go to EC2 instance and we can launch EC2 instance. So we have seen the components of IAM, creation of user, creation of groups and creation of roles, and we have also seen the multi-authentication of that user, and we have logged in as that user which we have created.